So if my videos are any indication, I have a lot of predictions and wishes for Kingdom Hearts 4. However, all of the ones I've shared so far have been story related. But this time, I want to try something different and talk about my ideas for KH4's gameplay. Hey ladies, gents, and NBs, welcome to or back to the channel. My name's Sky, and today I'm going to talk about my gameplay related wishes for Kingdom Hearts 4. Number 1. Now, in case you didn't know this about me, I love mechs! And because of that, one of my favorite parts of Toy Box was piloting a Gigas. Something about fighting Heartless and giant mechs was just so fucking cool. Now, that alone is enough for me to want to see the Gigas become a fully fledged element of combat, but then there's the fact that not only are the Gigas part of the VRMAX game, but Yozora can also summon them in his boss battle. Meaning, there's a chance that we will see real, genuine Gigas in Kingdom Hearts 4. So because Toy Box has several hints at Unreality, and because Yozora's boss seems to have hints at the combat in KH4, does that mean the Gigas will be a part of that game's combat? Who knows, but let me cope. I just love the idea of being able to summon and pilot Gigas outside of a specific world gimmick. Now, I don't think it could be something we could pilot just anywhere. One is because most areas in-game won't be big enough to fit them, and two, in the recent trailer, we didn't see any sort of option in the UI suggesting that we can summon and pilot a Gigas. Which could be used as the confirmation that Gigas won't be a main element of gameplay. But I have a solution to that. Create specific areas just for Gigas gameplay. I'm kinda imagining sections are like full 3D versions of the Gears sections from Xenogears, including Gigas combat, only with a third-person view and not a first-person view like in Toy Box. Think the icon battles from Final Fantasy XVI. I would also like some light customization with the Gigas. Nothing extensive like other games with mechs, but a little something to help make each of your Gigas stand out in combat, both with how they fight, and even with how they look. Number 2. Now, since we aren't in reality anymore, traveling to the Disney worlds will be a bit different this time around. But how will it be different? Well, in past videos, I talk about how I believe the Disney worlds will be in the Astral Dimension. And remember how the gameplay in the Astral Dimension looked in Missing Link, with the player walking around it? I imagine something similar for traversing to the Disney worlds in the Astral Dimension, just in a more overworld style like in classic JRPGs. This could also include traversal using the Gigas, treasure chests and items to find, combat, and maybe some environmental puzzles thrown in there as well. Some kind of overworld like that could bring something a bit different to Kingdom Hearts and would help Kingdom Hearts 4 stand apart from other games in the series. Number 3. If it hasn't been obvious enough from my past videos, I really want Sora and Riku to be together for most of the game. And not just story-wise, I want them both to be in the same party during gameplay. Basically, I just want the world that never was from KH2, but for an entire game. With one big difference, being able to switch between either of them during gameplay. The series has never done this before, so I think it'd be cool to see this element added to combat with those two characters. Imagine the satisfying combos and moves you could execute with a mechanic like that in Kingdom Hearts. And it doesn't just have to apply to Sora and Riku, it could be other characters too, specifically Keyblade wielders. Like another Keyblade wielder for Sora and Riku's party, or party members for Mickey during his storyline, which, side note, I think will be sprinkled throughout Sora's campaign. I know this might seem like an out there idea, but hey, this is my list, so let me dream. Number 4. Now, we know that Sora is going to have an apartment in this game, so why not let us customize it? I think it'd be a fun way to give us something to do when we're not out exploring and fighting. Kinda like the Serena teapot in Genshin Impact. It could also give us more stuff to buy or find during exploration like furniture or patterns for our apartment, adding more incentive to want to explore the worlds and visit shops. I also would like to see stuff like mini-games we could add to our apartment too, like a game console with games we could play, for example. Another thing an apartment would be perfect for is having a cat there. I don't know, something about Sora owning and taking care of a cat and having that be part of gameplay in the apartment just appeals to me so much. And we know Nomura loves cats, so it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. Number 5. One of the coolest features in Final Fantasy XVI was the Active Time Lore system. For the uninitiated, Active Time Lore, aka the ATV, was an encyclopedia you could access at any time in the game, including during cutscenes, that contains info on terms, locations, characters, etc. And during cutscenes, whatever is relevant in the story at that point will appear on screen, and can be viewed by opening up the ATV so that you can understand what's going on in the cutscene. So you can imagine how helpful this would be in Kingdom Hearts 4. Especially for newcomers, casual fans, or even longtime fans who need a refresher or clarification on something. Especially those longtime fans who didn't check out the Key Saga. Being able to have access to relevant info during specific cutscenes or areas you're in would go a long way to making sure every player is on the same page with what's going on in the game. I know Kingdom Hearts already has this info within the journal system throughout the series, but this would add in more depth and accessibility to the info so that the game's narrative would be easier to understand for some players. Considering that the Kingdom Hearts team contributed to Final Fantasy XVI, I hope they took a look at the ATV system and got inspired to add that to Kingdom Hearts 4. Before we get to the final entry, let's go through a few honorable mentions I have. Side quests and minigames in Quadratum akin to those in Twilight Town. This would give us something to do in Quadratum and would help deepen our connection with the world and just be, something fun to do. A day and night cycle and weather system in Quadratum. We saw a night and rain setting in the recent trailer, so maybe it will be a thing. I don't know, I just like the idea of this existing because why the hell not? The drop the beat mechanic from Neo The World Ends With You. I loved this mechanic from Neo and would love to see it here too. The combos we could pull off from timing our attacks with our party members would be so much fun to pull off. Watch band customization. I don't expect 0.2 levels of customization in Kingdom Hearts, but at the very least I'd love to be able to change the band on Sora's watch. Maybe I'm biased because I would like to have a bracelet band for the watch, obviously, but I think it'd be a cool feature to have for customization. Stream-friendly tools. This includes icons showing what difficulty settings you have on, and warnings for when licensed songs appear. Lord knows that the latter would be especially helpful. Number 6. So, Yozora. Easily one of my biggest corrections going into Kingdom Hearts 4 is, how prominent will his screen time and role be? We know he's gonna be an important character going forward, and we know him and the whole VM Rex concept is gonna serve a critical role in the Lost Masters arc. But I have to wonder if just Sora's campaign can cover enough within Kingdom Hearts 4. Especially since Nomura is going to retire within the next decade, so I'm a bit uncertain whether a VM Rex game that covers Yozora's story will even be made. So the next best thing to do is make 2 campaigns in Kingdom Hearts 4, one focused on Sora, and the other focused on Yozora. And I think it'd be cool if Yozora's campaign was called Kingdom Hearts 4 VM Rex. Kinda like how Riku's campaign in Chain of Memories was called Reverse Rebirth. I imagine this campaign taking place alongside Sora's, showing what Yozora was doing during Sora's story. This includes him visiting the same Disney worlds as Sora, probably with areas exclusive to his campaign. Of course, in comparison to Sora, Yozora isn't a Keyblade wielder, as far as we know, so his playstyle could be really unique to use in Kingdom Hearts 4, especially if he has his own take on the build system. I also imagine Magia and Aegis being party members for Yozora in his campaign, and maybe could be playable themselves if party member switching is a thing. This campaign would also be a good way of expanding upon VM Rex lore, and maybe focus on any antagonistic forces that exist in unreality. And once both Sora's and Yozora's campaigns are completed, then a Birth by Sleep-like final episode will be unlocked, wrapping up the storyline across both campaigns and acting as a finale to the whole game. This final episode could be set up by having both campaigns each end with a massive cliffhanger that will be resolved within the finale. It could also allow us to go back to all areas in any world as any of the playable characters, including being able to use either Sora or Yozora at any time. All in all, I think there's a ton of potential for there to be multiple campaigns in Kingdom Hearts 4, allowing both Sora's and Yozora's stories to be fleshed out in the process. And that's my list of gameplay ideas I want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4. Do you like my ideas, and what are some ideas you want to see in Kingdom Hearts 4? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this. Please like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Support me on Patreon and Ko-fi, and follow me on my socials, all of which will be linked in the description below. Subscribe and ring the bell icon so you won't miss any of my future videos, so check out my past videos if you wanna. Please take care of yourselves, and keep on keeping on.